assistant here to do
Joe
it.
Garagiola.
Cats can't do it, that's for sure.
You know who Christopher Walken wish he was?
Who's that?
Christopher Reeves.
You ever had that dream?
You like movies, Jay?
I love Tom Hanks.
Um,
You ever had that dream you were Don Dokken? Like what your life would be like?
No, I've never had that dream at all. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for Grown Men Record Night. We're live on the YouTube. It's cool to be back with you this week. Man, we had a good show last week, had a big old time, and then audio was all kinds of fuckered up and had an echo like the whole time. I hope we don't have an echo. I'm checking to see that.
It's like you were in a sound chamber, huh?
But had a problem with
Is the audio fine tonight?
looks like it is. Now we're having trouble with the bandwidth, so hopefully that'll square away too. So I don't know.
I just got an alert.
Oh, Bill says audio is perfectamundo. We got Bill joining us and Shane's on here too. We appreciate all these cats hanging out with us and joining us whenever we get together and do a little business. Had a big baseball week. Actually, we got
baseball.
Cubs are playing right now.
Baseball on the
in
tube.
the 15th inning over here. So we've been enjoying watching the Cubs and Marlins.
Baseball on the boob tube.
Awesome having baseball back. This week's been kind of a shit show.
Yeah.
My daddy had a little surgery, had a little hole dug in his shoulder, fixing on a collarbone and whatnot. It's been a little tumultuous week. Some shit going on.
But he's doing well.
He's doing well. Thanks for all the tots and pears. And, but hell, it's just been a crazy week, man. And ain't no week no different than another, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm saying, shit.
It's been crazy. We got snow last weekend, and it was 77 yesterday. Go figure, huh?
And we sitting here a little chilly this evening, but it's hell, it's purty.
Oh, it's not bad out.
It's purty. So anyway, man, we appreciate you joining us. There won't be a show next week. It'll be that time when I go on call, so I won't be able to drink any alcohol.
You go on Carl next week.
I'll go on Carl. Remind me at the end of the show. I'm trying to end the show a certain way every week. Yep. Speaking of Carl.
No promises, I'll remind you, but
you got to, man.
You can set an alarm on your phone for
I should
1 hour from now to remind you to do
that. I'll log in so I can see the top chat. You guys are top chat. You like being top chat?
Top chat material, huh?
Yeah, so what the hell else happened this week? Baseball. We screwed up the audio last week. Appreciate everybody's patience. People still watched. Actually, we got more views last week than we had the week before.
Really?
When the audio was good. So, hell, I don't know. What do I know? What do I know about it? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know nobody. What are you doing for Easter? That's what's happening this weekend.
Eating a big lunch on Sunday. That's about it, huh? I guess I'll go to church, my family is...
yeah. You love your family.
I'll take my kid,
Because you love your kid.
Yeah.
You love your family.
Well, of course, it's good to love your family.
Yeah, you love all of them. You love all of them a lot.
You do too. You just don't admit it.
I love everybody about everything. Always.
I love Ray Stevens.
I love Ray Stevens too. Did he used to do Flavor Rich commercials?
I believe so.
For some reason I associate Ray Stevens and Flavor Rich
from our family products. From our family to yours or something like that.
Yeah.
Ice cream from our family to yours.
I don't know if he's in it. How am I going to remember his tag slogan?
No,
how am I going to remember the tag slogan?
Pretty sure he was.
I didn't even have enough time to go to the today to get any party liquor.
Oh, really?
So I've been drinking cold beers, and I did find some moonshine fruit in there. We got some this is when cameramen lived here.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of raspberry and cherry like moonshine, and or whatever you want to call it, legal.
You've been digging on that for a while.
Yeah, and so we can dig the fruit out of here and get us a. You got to get you some, Jay.
Good.
So yeah, hope everybody's having a good time. Hope everybody's got a big plans for the Easter weekend. For those of you that've been celebrating Lent, congratulations, you made it. You're almost there. So if you've given up cheese, for instance,
Oh yeah, yeah.
God bless you. And come Sunday, you'll be able to eat your cheese again.
How come nobody ever gives up food? You know?
They do.
Oh, completely.
Oh, completely?
Yeah, just
oh,
give
no.
up food,
I thought you meant like individual foods.
No.
That's, I don't know if I could do that. Probably.
Just do
not.
liquid. Just do a liquid dot for a week, man. That'd be the way to do it.
Speaking of, let's go to some stuff in the news.
Sure.
What big happening news you talk about, Jay? You know about anybody?
I came across an article yesterday.
Okay.
And about music news about Jack White had this new. I'm not real familiar with the record. Did the record just come out recently?
Yeah, like last week.
Okay, you said you heard a little bit of it.
Oh, I heard it. I was going to do a first listen graphic tonight, actually, because I heard of one of the tracks. It's got 3 things like Never, 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 or All, or it's something like that.
Yeah.
Banging ass riff.
Yeah.
Really cool video, but the riff is bananas. I mean, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah, well, I was reading this week where, he's been kind of known as kind of a different guitarist as far as like stuff he plays and uses and what
He uses random shit.
like somebody categorizes it like he plays pawn shop guitars is what somebody said. I guess that's kind of a accurate way to say it. But I saw this week where he is now exclusively playing Eddie Van Halen brand guitars, which are made by Fender. They're made by Fender. But yeah, and then I was reading the article. In the last couple of years, I guess, or whatever, he's become very close with Eddie Van Halen. Well, I don't know about close, but they've become friends.
That's it.
And had a lot of conversations, and something about it's changed his thinking on guitar.
That's an interesting pair. I would never think Jack White and Eddie Van Halen's going to pair up and be
Yeah, so... Well, but he's cool, though, man. I mean, Jack White, as far as, like, he really respects...
He's open to a lot of things.
He respects, like, any kind of guitar.
I don't know if he said it. A lot of people posted a thing where he said he saved vinyl. Now...
I think he said that, I believe.
Did I say that? What?
You said he or somebody, he said, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he said that, though.
Yeah, I think he did,
vinyl.
Too. That's a little strong of a statement. I certainly think he has a tremendous impact on...
New vinyl.
For sure. And preserving things, and, I mean... Sure. Would I have said that? No. But, I mean, he really does. He really has, helped vinyl become what it is today.
Yeah.
For sure.
He bought doesn't he own the pressing plant in Nashville or something like that?
Yeah, what's it called?
United?
United?
Yeah. He owns that, right? Is that right?
I don't know. Somebody will correct us, I'm sure. If we make a mistake.
Sorry, I hadn't brushed up my vinyl.
You should be more brushed.
But yeah, but anyway, that article was it was interesting.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, go check that. Maybe it's your cup of tea, maybe it's not. But that new record he just put out, and I don't know the name of it. At least the tracks I've heard have been really, really good.
It was just straight up like rock,
Yeah. Now I like the last Lazaretto or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Was good. And I enjoyed it, but I get a little... I like the Racketeer stuff. I like the White Stripe stuff. The Jack White solo stuff has been probably my least favorite of a lot of the stuff, to be honest. A little bit too much piano in there for my flavor.
The new stuff you're saying?
No. Like the past couple of records, but this one he just put out, I've not heard that much of that, and it may be on the record. I'm just not hearing it.
I saw him on Saturday Night Live a couple of years ago, and he was kind of...
It's called Boarding House Reach, Shane says. The new record, the new Jack White record.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out, for sure.
Oh, he says owns Third Man Pressing in Detroit. So no, I don't think he don't.
So
United's the same.
Third Man's a whole
United's a big operation. He wouldn't own United.
So Third Man's a whole conglomerate, like as far as recording and wait.
They do everything. That's his company.
Yeah,
they
studio
do everything.
too. Other studio too.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
They do everything. Yeah. Heard a listen to that. A little bit of some Third Man stuff and what we played. We'll get to that here in just a minute. Let's see what else has popped up here. I'll just go with whatever image is on top here. for some other stuff, if I can find anything.
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
About anybody. Oh, look at here now. You guys know the band Scream?
Now, the legendary band?
Legendary DC punk band, yeah. Scream, most notably known for being Dave Grohl's first band, as you can see here. Now, I have to be honest, I'm one of these cats that I know them because Dave Grohl was in them, and I looked them up after the fact, but I really, really liked it.
Sure.
Now, Southern Lord, great metal label, they're reissuing No More Censorship, which is their 88 record.
Okay.
And this is the first one Grohl played on, and to be honest, it's my favorite, and I don't just say that because Grohl's on it, but it's the one that I know the most, and when I listen to it, it sounds the most polished. So the band found the original multi-track tapes. Southern Lord had them and baked and prepped for a remix, and they did the remix out of Grohl's studio. Apparently the new mix sounds really good. It's got a great layout, design. It's different from the original. It's got a bunch of photos and lyrics and poetry and personal writings and stuff. So it's kind of a little collection thing for people that dig Scream or Dave Grohl or whatever. That's going to be the what you want to go grab onto.
That would be cool. And you know, the guitar player came out of there for a little. The one they had for a little while, like I want to say in like the early 2000s.
Franz.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came
founding member, played with Foo Fighters for a while. Yeah.
And what's the guy Chris Shiflett that's with him now?
Yeah. Played
in another punk band in that same scene, and he was a huge fan of theirs. That was a big influence. I remember seeing that from that Back and Forth Foo Fighters documentary.
Oh yeah, that's a great documentary.
It talks about that.
Dude, me and you watched part of it because he got. Was it last week?
Yeah, it started snowing. I had to leave.
The Desert documentary, I think we talked about on the show. Low Desert Sound. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
After that, I was so blown away by this documentary. Not to get sidetracked, but I also, it listed, like you may also like, and it listed all of these great music documentaries. So I'm telling you, Amazon Prime is the place to be for music documentaries. I watched one on Sunday morning about Overkill. That was pretty good.
Oh, got it.
What?
Movie.
What movie?
I found it.
What movie?
Low Desert Sound.
Oh.
I can watch it now.
Oh.
It's on YouTube.
Okay. So the Overkill thing was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But I've also watched one about Murder City Devils, band out of Seattle. Wasn't real familiar with them, but I just like music documentaries.
Were they alternative?
Probably like you guys do. They're a good, straightforward rock and roll band. And last night I watched a Mudhoney documentary.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Great. If you're interested in the grunge sound or 90s rock and roll, alternative rock.
Right.
You probably at least respect the Mudhoney if you're not just a fan in general. But I'm a fan, and I'm even more of a fan after watching the documentary. It's one of those things. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's see what's else on this. I'm going to go to the, I got these graphics kind of stacked up on one another here.
Okay.
So we'll see what, let's see what's next out of here. I don't know what's happening. Oh, check this out. This is going to blow your mind here.
Crazy there.
Now, apparently, this is something that was brand new for me. Slayer is going to be releasing this, they just announced they're gonna end it all, right?
That's what I hear.
Yeah, the tour's coming around. It's going to be their last.
Yeah.
This new box set is specifically designed. The records are 6.66 inches.
Oh wow!
It's coming out in June. It's a box set, 6-record package, created at the Vinyl Factory using a bespoke trimming unit, including all 12 tracks from the band's final studio album, Repentless. Originally released in 2015. So it's that record. Limited red and gold variants as well as standard black. I don't know how much it's going to be on there, but that's pretty cool. That's collector-y as hell. I don't really go after stuff like that much, I would say.
And you probably won't go after that either. You know?
I probably won't, because the price is probably, it's going to be up there. But that is one that would be pretty cool to have.
So there's 6-inch records, 6.66 records. So they're like little 45s, basically?
Yeah, they're little small guys.
Okay. That equals to one album? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
With,
I thought, I kind of
material?
breezed, I'll be honest, I kind of breezed over that when I was researching.
I wonder how much that'll influence the price then. Being a collector's deal.
I don't know.
Like if you could buy the record for 20, you know, like straight up, how much would that be? 30? Or would that be?
No, it'll be 100.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Speaking of, I was at the week before last. I meant to bring this up last week. Week before last, I went in one of the larger, like the mall type music stores. You know.
Yep. FYE.
Yes, and they got a vinyl section, and you can actually find. I know some people knock like the whole Barnes and Noble and the big people carrying vinyl.
Sure.
But I mean,
unless they got something you want and you can't find nowhere else.
They have some good deals on. They have some good deals on stuff. They had like some stuff 50% off or whatever. Sure. But I saw that they had a Metallica box set that was $299.
Really?
Yeah, like $299, and it was. I don't know what people's feelings are. That's why I'm kind of wondering if you're that big of a Metallica fan. It was, I believe, 4 LPs.
Right.
And it was a ton of CDs and actually a cassette, which was really cool.
Huh.
And then it had like the books and all that stuff that came with it. So
yeah.
But you know, like, do you think? Like, I think it was $299. Is that feasible? Like, would you see yourself ever doing that if it was something? That, you know,
I don't know, man.
That's a lot. You know?
That's a lot, and I handle music too. I don't want to say haphazardly. I look after my stuff, but
you're a dollar bin guy. I mean,
but I make a lot of mistakes because I like to drink and listen to music.
Yeah, I've got a Kiss. I've got the Kiss box set from like the early 2000s. But that was a gift, though.
Bill says FYE is fuck yeah.
F what?
FYE. F fuck yeah V. Expensive. Yeah, he says expensive.
But no, they got some 50% off stuff though, so you can get decent deals.
Yeah, that's one of those things. You know, if I stop in a Barnes and Noble or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna go check out the records because it's what I like to do when I'm just wasting time. And I got a lot of time to waste sometimes, and you know, I'll look through the stuff they got, but if it's, you know,
Target's carrying vinyl.
I would much rather give my money to a local cat. Let's put it that way.
Target's carrying vinyl now.
Yeah, I saw that. They have for a while.
Well, I saw it in the store.
Oh, actually in the store.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to our image here. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's next on the list. What do you think of this?
By the way, I was telling you real quick.
Yep.
Slayer's coming, and I owe my cousin a concert because he paid for my Iron Maiden deal last year. In the pit, so I think I might take him to see Slayer this summer. I saw where they're coming, so
okay.
I've yet to see him in the history of my life.
Really?
So, yeah. Have you? Oh yeah, that's right.
Have I seen Slayer?
Have you played with him before?
I have opened for Slayer, Jay.
I know. Sorry.
Do we need to go down that road again?
Yeah, somebody go see them.
I'm having trouble with some of my graphics tonight. I don't. All of a sudden, graphics won't come in.
What's up with that?
Oh wait, let's see. Nope.
I don't know, man. This is crazy.
Crazy, bro.
What's going on? We could just talk about it if you just want to talk about it.
Talk about it. Oh look, check this out.
Okay.
The Goonies, man. They're for the first time ever. They're going to release the Goonies soundtrack.
Okay.
On Willie's Gold colored double LP.
Yes. Yeah.
So the tracks, 34 tracks. It's going to be a score. So this is like a total like film score kind of thing. Dave Grussin did the score. 2 LP, gold colored, limited to 750 copies worldwide. I mean, what the why am I even talking about
750 copies?
Yeah.
So it's going to be like $750? Includes
particular jams such as Triple Stones and A Ball, P-Break and Kissing Tunnel, and Restaurant Trash. It's going to be available March 30th. Holy shit, that's crazy. I mean, I didn't realize when I schemed scarmed over that.
March 30th.
That's today.
Yeah.
Today.
It was today.
Was today. God damn, though, man. 750 copies.
Yeah, man. Get your hands on one of those. You got something, huh?
What is that about? It's not even worth your time.
They want to make them extra rare, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next item here as we're just pissing the night away. Oh, Sun Ra. For some reason, this image is all jacked up. But luckily, I can just fix it live in post. Is that centered, everybody?
That's pretty cool how you did
Eat a
that
dick.
there.
Yep. Sun Ra is one of those discographies that really intimidates me. I don't really know a lot about it. I know Metal Theologian is a big Sun Ra guy and really knows what the hell's going on. This is the Sun Ra Trio, God is More Than Love Can Ever Be, remaster for a new vinyl release this March, Cosmic Myth Records. The only complete piano, bass, drums, studio session in Sun Ra's catalog, features Hayes Burnett on the bass with Samurai Celestial on drums. Recorded in one day, New York Variety Studio, 1979. Pretty cool. I don't know shit about this, but I saw a Sun Ra thing kind of pop up in the news, and I'm like, well, I should probably mention that because the kind of cats that watch Girl Man Record Night are the kind of cats that like Sun Ra. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about them.
He's bonkers, and any kind of music that really exudes that bonkerness is probably something that I'm gonna want to be a part of. I'll be honest with you. Hey, swamp that record. You got some stretch up there to swamp it? I can swamp it. Either way, I'll swamp it.
I can get it.
We're doing all vinyl for our underneath music here. Gumble is the tracks we normally play. A guy I should probably give some money to because he's been such a big part of the Grown Man Record Night lexicon. But tonight we've got our man Sean0612 here on YouTube, VC legend. Sent me some records that he actually did himself, some kind of DJ records. We like to play them underneath
legit.
Legit.
They're staple records. They stay right there.
They stay right there.
Don't move.
Damn straight.
Turntables.
So we got something cool coming up for so to speak in Chip Chat. We've also got a pretty epic dig of the week that's a little different. Fuzzy, get out of there. Psst. Go run that cat off, Jay. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there, mule. Get out of there, mule.
Hey.
Get out of there, mule.
Scat.
Ain't no skin for you, mule. Ain't no skin for you, mule. I just made that up. Ain't no skin for you, mule.
I just told your cat skedaddle. How weird is that?
Yeah.
When was the last time you used that word?
Well, what time is it?
The baseball game's now in the 17th, I think.
Holy shit, 17 innings. Let's go, Blue.
16th. No, 17th.
Holy crap, that's crazy.
17th.
Oh, I should have. Hang on, I'm going to try that again.
I'm going to
go back to. I'm going to go back to what we played. So I want to use a stinger. But not use the stinger enough tonight.
Whoa.
There we go.
It's like Batman-ish.
Yes. I should eat some of these. You eat some of these, Jay.
No.
Eat some fruit, bro.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, so some of the stuff it's not going to work. Some of the stuff we
you just spilled all the records down there?
No, I need a fork. This is just bad. Some of the records we played tonight actually fits into our Dig of the Week motif, so I'm going to eliminate them from the list. We're only going to talk about the records we played that do not involve that stuff.
Yeah.
Starting with one of my favorite, I got a couple of these, great jazz collaboration, Jazz the 50s Volume 2. Now you think jazz from the 50s, that's some baloney. A little, like...
Big bandish.
Yeah, big bandish. I'm at the country club dancing with my aunt. Worst.
Listen to Cab Calloway.
This is great. This one is this selection. I've got a blue one and a red one. But this stuff came out in '78.
What is this?
Art Pepper, Chico Hamilton, Chet Baker, Bob Brookmeyer, Jim Hall, Montgomery Brothers. Wes Montgomery's on here. Jerry Mulligan, Cannonball Adderley, and Gil Evans.
Oh, well, that's 50s, you said?
It is 50s.
But that's not big band 50s.
No.
It's like
and
the birth of bop, you know, thereabouts.
Yeah, and you know,
Pacific Jazz. What's that all about?
That Pacific Jazz sound. It's some big time stuff. This is going to have. Oh, I need a fork. This is going to drive me crazy. Today's just not been coming up for me, Jay. I'll be honest with you. As Waylon Jennings would say on Dukes of Hazzard, you ever had one of them days you can't throw your hat and hit the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been one of them days, man. I'm telling you. I just can't even throw my hat and hit the ground with it today. So anyway, terrific. If you see these compilations, check them out. Like I said, I got a blue one and there's a red one over there that's got some other artists and other shit on it. One will go a little funky. Sometimes we'll go a little funky.
You got your little funky pants.
Oh, a little funky. ADC band. Talk that stuff. Get on out of here now. Honey Hush.
Oh, Honey Hush.
It's a gold stamp promo copy. What year is this mug? Fug. 1979 Cotillion. But all you need to know is two of the track names on here. Number 1, side A, track 1, Stank Machine. I mean, if you
what does that mean?
If you don't want to pick up a record that says Stank Machine and put it on your turntable, I don't know if we can be friends. I'll be honest with you about it. Yeah. Terrific cover on that mug. Look at that. That's just Butthole City right there. You folks ever been to Butthole City?
DHC, baby.
I ain't talking about St. Louis neither. Hell. Hell. Hell.
I thought that'd be Detroit.
It's because I'm a Cubs fan. I don't like St. Louis, see. Everybody like hearing me digest things? So this is a weird dig of the week from a couple of weeks ago. Had no idea what to expect from this, except for when I found out it was not a religious record. I really wanted to jump on this thing. Okay. Found it at Goodwill. You know, we're in Central, the Piedmont Triad of North Carolina here, and Winston-Salem is one of the cities. That's the city I work in, and the Good Life, Winston-Salem sound. It comes out of Hollywood. And it's actually autographed at the top. If you guys watched the show a couple weeks ago, you know this. It's got some old people on it, strange instrumentation. Here's looks like an Oscar award with Winston-Salem sound behind it. It's a lot. It got a lot going on here. Normally I would see that in a Goodwill, and you know, 99.99999% chance that's a gospel record. Mm-hmm. That just screams God. You got the flames up there. You're going to hell. Da da da. So you totally think this was a gospel record. It's not. It's like a country rock record with a bunch of strange instrumentation. You got some harmonica on there. You got some guys playing some different stuff. It's it was, you know, was it outstanding? No, but it's pretty good. I have to say, for that kind of a stab in a Goodwill, mm-hmm. And the cover. I mean, I'll be honest. It said Winston-Salem sound. I'm like, oh, dude, I've got to have that. And it was good. It was real good. What you want to know about it, Jay? Hit me onto it now.
I'm trying to figure out who signed the front of it.
Jerry Cantrell. No, it's the guy that's on it, the Connor guy or whatever.
Liberace?
No. Look at the main guy.
Yeah, the Liberace guy.
His name.
Yeah.
That name is that name.
Liberace.
No. Somebody on Facebook said that he was he looked like Jack Lord. Hold that up.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You think he looks like Jack Lord?
Yeah, certainly.
I think he looks like
resemblance there.
I think he looks like Jack Lord.
Sure.
I think you kind of look like Jack Lord.
I'll
have you know.
That'd be a major compliment. Somebody told me I look like Jack Lord.
Before we even really got on the air, we were just doing the test shot. We already had a comment about your mustache.
Oh, cool.
Before we even got going. So just
awesome.
Just FYE.
Yeah, FYE on another note.
Yeah. And another thing. Remember those Mary Lou Retton commercials? And another thing. CVS Pharmacy.
Does she do flips in the aisles or something? I don't remember.
Her cholesterol probably does. After all that butter she be eating. What? Huh? Huh? Is that funny? That's probably not as funny as I think it is.
Fat gymnastic jokes going anything?
She knows me. A friend of mine. Mary Lou Retton.
I bet she knows Larry Nassar too.
Good catch. Good catch. I worked an event with her, and she came up to me later in the day after I interviewed her and said, "Hey, Mike, how's your day going?" Remember that story?
She seems really nice.
She's very nice.
Yeah.
Mud honey. This is 2 things we've talked about tonight.
Honey and mud.
All together.
That's funny how that works out, isn't it?
Mud Honey, who I watched that great documentary about, who I love, and Third Man Records. This was recorded live to acetate at Third Man.
Yep.
And it sounds terrific. I hate live records. I think live records are shit for the most part. They're a waste of your time. They're a waste of your money. In a lot of ways. There's certainly some exceptions. This would be one of the exceptions.
This is
sounds great.
This is really good.
Because Jack White knows what he's doing.
They put out a lot of those live.
Yeah, there's a Melvins that's like that.
You got the Melvins.
No, I passed on it, and I should have bought it. Oh. Actually, because I put it on, I sampled it, and half of one side was noise. And
it's really inexpensive.
I appreciate noise and garbage.
I think it's like $12.
It's because it's garbage.
Oh.
I mean, it's...
How much was this?
It was relatively cheap, but at least it's songs.
Yeah.
I hate saying that's garbage. I feel bad about even just saying that. So maybe I need to go back and give it another shot. At the time, the mood I was in when I checked it out on my phone, I was like, this is... Yeah. And I love when the Melvins do weird noise and dumb shit, but
right.
I don't want to... If there's 4 songs on an album, if 2 of them are noise, I'm not going to spend the money on that.
Oh, no.
That's just me. New York.
New York, yeah.
New York.
Definitely, that's what it's all about.
Hey, gotta go down and get a piece of my favorite pizza pie in New York. You want to share a taxi with me down to the delicatessen? New York.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
New York. Why'd you play this record, Jay?
Hurry
up, tell me!
Cream, what is that, Wheels of Fire?
Wheels of Fire. The wheels on the fire keep on burning.
Keep on yearning. It's Eric Clapton's birthday today.
Today it is?
Yeah, it is.
Get out of here now.
No.
You have to get out, seriously.
No. But yeah, it was his birthday, so Steve actually just picked this one up for me a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So thank you to Steve.
Steve had mentioned Houses of the Holy turned like...
Yes. Actually, I heard that day, I don't know if it was random, but I heard it was how Dire Maker.
Yeah.
I heard in like Walmart or Target or somewhere.
Walmart!
Like randomly, like over the Muzak.
Right.
So I don't know if it has something to do with the anniversary of that record.
That was a big record for Steve. He said his first Zeppelin record he picked up on his own, like as a kid. So it holds a very special place for Steve. Probably his downstairs special area, as the Cubs make an error. Oh. No runs, no drips, no errors.
I asked Steve if he was going to get this new. You know how the Wessels 1 was recently released?
Last Friday. We should have mentioned it last Friday, actually.
And I've been seeing some people post it, but I think it's pretty pricey.
It's up there, but I heard it's pretty amazing. The shit you get with it.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about that record.
I've got the CD. I bought the CD back when
I've got it digitally.
Came out.
It's on my phone right here, actually.
Yeah. It's just...
Oh, Metal Theologian joining us. What the hell is up?
I didn't bring you metal records tonight.
We got some metal.
I'm trying to bring one metal record a week now. And,
yeah, I got a metal record.
Oh yeah,
I got a metal record coming next. God, it's gonna just blister the head of your dick right off. It used to be like a mushroom capped head, and it's just gonna be like a flat, calloused nothing because of how much flames is coming out of this metal record I'm talking about right here.
New band name Calloused Wiener.
Calloused Wiener. In all seriousness,
trademark that.
Yeah. Kaja Goo Goo was the last thing we played. It was a dig of the week. Picked up at Goodwill a couple weeks ago.
It's terrible.
I don't give a shit. That's a good record.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
I love it.
The one song was.
Oh my god!
The one song that was a hit was a hit for a reason.
That bass player, dude. That bass player. Oh my God! Metal Theologian said Spencer just got his first car.
Sweet.
Holy shit! What? What's happening?
I wanted to hear some Spandau Ballet after hearing that.
Tom the Avenger, man. That tattoo on Robert De Niro and
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. Tom the Avenger.
Good movie. Filmed in North Carolina, right? Maybe.
It should have been if it wasn't. fucking shit.
Took place in North Carolina.
Why don't we play disc golf? You want to start playing disc golf?
We can try it.
I feel like we should be already playing disc golf.
Kind of like we're gonna get to putt that one time.
We were. Let's see. Putt in summertime, disc golf in the summertime. What did I say?
I don't know. You can play disc golf year round though.
Yeah, you can. You get you got sweatshirts?
It's a little different than
How you sitting on sweatshirts, Jay?
I'm good.
You good on?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, take a lap real quick. I'll wait on you.
All right.
I need to get your legs warmed up. This dig of the week, it's gonna stretch you out downstairs. I need to go and get your legs.
We got every record in the world for dig of the week.
I need to go and get you limbered up.
So you ever worn just about every record in the world?
You ever worn a vest without a shirt on underneath it?
Like a sleeveless vest.
We got Nate Bouchard joining us too. Oh,
it's a party.
It's a party. Woo! Jay, how many rock stars have you drank today? Let's be honest about it.
7.
Have you really drank 7 rock stars?
Nah, that's the first one I've had.
Today? You lying mofo. You have had more than one rock star today.
No, the first one I've had like
in the last hour.
No, I had one early this morning.
Didn't you drink one earlier tonight?
Oh yeah, I did. This is my second one tonight. But it's all right. It won't affect me.
Hey, swamp us over.
Hey, what's going on? Hey.
Oh no, he probably died. My other lap tee probably died.
Hey.
We're gonna swamp this record up. We got so for dig of the week this week. Now look, folks. I know I've said this before. Dig of the week is not always about all the records you pick up that week. That's kind of what it's turned into. Granted, but sometimes you just can't. You can't get to the record store. I tried to get to the record store today.
It was a busy week.
I realized I was going to be located in somewhere just east of bumfuck Egypt at 6 o'clock. I was going to be live in bumfuck Egypt at 6 o'clock. I'm like, I'm not making the record store. So I had a long drive to get out to BFE, and as I'm thinking, I'm like, oh wait, what do we have this week? We got baseball coming. We got all this stuff coming. And then I thought, we also got Easter this weekend.
Yes, we do.
And I started thinking about our Lord and Savior. Let me try. I got to try to find the other one now.
Okay, you do that.
So I said, what would fit in with that vibe? Oh, here we go. I found it. Somebody was calling for it earlier, so here you go, everybody. Look at me. I will resize it live on the air, just for you guys. I'll show you how a pro does it. I'm going to just slide that mug over.
Picture over picture you're doing there? That's a cool little thing to get for.
So I knew we had Easter coming on, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Here's our angle. I'm going to do a series of records we're going to talk about for bands or artists or groups that have been resurrected.
Yeah.
Just like our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Resurrection. Risen from the dead.
Yep.
Now, I don't mean, there's lots of bands that have stopped or whatever. And usually that is because you just retire or you just break up or whatever. And sometimes those bands come back together and they do a reunion tour.
It's somebody owes somebody money for
probably
something.
Doesn't count. I'm talking about bands that hit a milestone or a hiatus or a certain thing where they have stopped or taken a huge break and not only came back, but came back pretty much as gangbusters.
Right.
Successfully.
People
either to critically acclaimed, fan acclaim, or actually win awards and like, whoa, these guys are good all of a sudden. And
in some cases they're better, you know.
In some cases they're better. That's what we're talking about for this week's Dig of the Week. So it's a little different for us. This is not stuff we picked up this week. So
we used to do these more often.
I know we should. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's Thursday and I haven't bought any records, and we're doing a show tomorrow. I gotta go buy some records. And I love buying records, but I realize that sometimes I buy records and I'm just like, I'm buying records so I've got fresh shit to talk about. That's not the idea. You know what I mean? A lot of weeks I want to do that, and hell, you can go spend $10 even at a record store and get some stuff to talk about that I don't have in my collection. It's still worth your while, but at the same time, there's things in our own collections that we can, spend a little time talking about, still have a little fun with. Y'all like having fun? Yeah. Well, fuck! Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Jay?
Yes, sir.
What band do I hate?
There's a lot of them, but...
Not a lot of them, but there's one that sticks in my craw. There's a couple that stick in my craw.
In particular, AC/DC has always been one of your non-favorites.
It's one of my non-favorites. That's fair, because here's the deal. I will say, there's somebody I hate worse than AC/DC for sure.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. But
Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Bob Seger's a son of a bitch, and I hate him.
Well...
I hate him as a silver bullet beard. I hate everything about him.
Why do you hate him so much?
Let me tell you what. I'll fuck him straight up, Jay. I don't think Bob Seger understands the level of violence I'm capable of.
What he did
next level.
Make you hate him. So
DEFCON 1. Go get the guy from Northern Exposure, bring him down to your missile silo, and get him to get me NORAD on the horn.
The guy from Northern
Exposure.
Anyway.
So we pulled out Back in Black, the copy I pulled out of Goodwill for $1. It's in super good shape. Cause that's why I got it to maybe give away to somebody or something.
No, you're going to keep it and listen to it every day.
But why did we do this? We talked to Jay about this earlier. Because everybody tells me, oh, you don't like AC/DC. You got to hear the Bon Scott stuff. So, and I don't know the history of AC/DC like other people because I don't like them. But, so Bon Scott dies.
Yes.
Relative year, what are we talking here?
79-ish.
79-ish?
Yeah.
So what happens to AC/DC when Bon Scott dies?
Everybody thought they would be dead. Like the band was just, didn't know what would happen. And then they found Brian Johnson. I think they found him. He wasn't in a big band. He wasn't in a big band. Yeah, they got him pretty quickly. He wasn't in a major band or anything. He was playing in like a pretty big, decent band in Scotland or whatever. But
so it wasn't necessarily that the band was on a long hiatus and they have announced.
No, they got him pretty quick.
And, but the initial thought was probably.
But everybody thought
you're dead.
They wasn't going to do anything else that would be relative, And then now that our generation pretty much associates.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys know what AC/DC Back in Black looks like, but
yeah.
So that's one for all right, fair enough. And I would definitely agree
Resurrected, with that. And that's like, their staple record.
Sure.
Commercially. So it was their resurrection piece, you could say.
So, people mentioned Aerosmith. Nate just mentioned Aerosmith. I'll say that, yeah. And I am...
In the 90s, they had that resurrection.
Yeah, absolutely. Permanent Vacation.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm also, of course, limiting this to the stuff that we have on vinyl here. Because there's some other things that I thought about, but I'm like, I don't have that on vinyl, so,
Can I mention one before I forget it?
Oh, Jay, get on it. It's your show, Jay.
I'll go check it out. I have no clue. I don't know if you know this, but Stone Temple Pilots is putting a record out or just put a record out. Have you heard about that?
No.
And so we're on the resurrection theme. That kind of fits right into what we're talking about.
That's like a post-mortem thing, like a
no, a whole new lead guy.
No Scott Weiland.
No Scott Weiland.
I don't know about that, dude.
So, and I heard, and I don't know. Maybe somebody can back me up on this because I haven't done any research. But I think they had like a new record come out or is coming out in the next week or two. Maybe I don't know. I mean. So anyway,
wow. How this thing's been kind of a hard on.
Well, Scott Weiland wasn't with him though for a while, right?
Yeah, there's some stuff I think maybe.
Well, they tried to get back together and they booted him out, if I remember correctly, and that was pretty much kind of the end of that. And
yeah,
then he of course died.
That's weird though. I think that's one of those. What are you doing? What are you doing? So. Okay, here's another one. So check this out. And this is not one that was obvious to me. And It's not this
record.
record.
I don't really know this one.
It's not this record. It has nothing to do with this record. This is the only Weezer record I had, okay? Everything Will Be All Right in the End. This is a Weezer, but to me it's reminiscent. This came out a couple of years ago, just a few years ago, 2014. But it does remind me, there's a group of Weezer albums that came out in the mid-2000s. Maybe not, Hurley is one of them. There's some others, that wouldn't have jumped out at me. I didn't realize that there was this huge gap. Pinkerton came out in like 95. It was a great record. Yeah. That's when I graduated from high school. Pinkerton came out in 95. They toured through 96, 97. Matt Sharp, no, I think the guy's Pinkerton. Name is the bass.
No, Pinkerton would have been like. Pinkerton would have been like late 90s.
No.
Because it was the Blue album and the Green album.
No, wrong.
Pinkerton's in between.
Pinkerton's the second album after the Blue.
Then the Green.
They toured that, but after that there was this long break in there.
Oh, yeah.
From like 95, that was recorded. They toured to like 97. Matt Sharp, I think the bass player's name's Matt Sharp. He left to go do the project that I've played for you, The Rentals, Return of the Rentals. Yeah. And there was some beef in there. There was some overlying like mouthy little bitchy beef over that. Yeah. And I love Weezer, don't get me wrong. But that lasted quite a while. And the next record they did was the Green album.
Green record, yeah.
And that was like 2001. 2000, 2001.
Yes, you are correct.
So you're talking, I mean, there was some touring and some reunions, and we're going to play this one-off show and da-da-da in there. But in terms of studio content and album stuff, you're talking a gap between 1995 and 2000.
Right.
For a band like, if the Rolling Stones take a 5-year break, who gives a shit? Right. They're going to come out and blast it whenever. Yep. But a band like Weezer that's like, this is their second album, then took a 5-year break, that's dropping off the face of the frickin' earth in terms of independent music.
Yeah.
And then they came back, released some, the Green album was good, a lot more poppy, but great album. And then some kind of mediocre releases, and have released some real bangers here lately. But there was this gap. They were totally resurrected after that gap, I would think, for sure. This is one of those that kind of popped up. I'm kind of rambling here. But,
I liked that Green album.
Green album was great, and I love this album. This album rocks. This album is thick and juicy and fuzzy. I mean, it's just like,
Speaking of the Blue and the Green album, I was at that FYE. I saw those records, and I thought only MoFile was doing those, but this was the David Geffen.
Really? Like reissues of the regular? I've only seen the MoFiles.
Yeah.
Is this a recent thing, you think?
I don't know. I have no idea. And then they were reasonably priced. And
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wanted the Blue album, MoFi, and to be honest, maybe that's something I still really would want.
Yeah, but they had them both, and they were just the David Geffen reissues and affordable. And
Blue album's one of my favorite rock records. I mean, it's a top 20 record at least, for sure, for me of all time.
That one, I mean, the Green record's pretty good. That Hash Pipe song they put out, that's a banging song.
Oh, sure. But
that bass player died of a drug overdose, by the way.
Did he really? Matt Sharp?
No, the one that came in after him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for that
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't die while he was in the band. They kicked him out because he was so heavily involved in drugs, I think.
Oh, interesting.
And he died,
So I start talking about resurrection bands, and one of the first things that come to my mind is Sabbath.
Yeah.
Sabbath had this long break between like 95 it may have been again, and like 2013, and I don't have either of those records, so I just pulled out the first record.
Yeah, man, they put you look at their catalog, they put a lot of like stuff out there,
a lot of records.
80s and
a lot of records. And I mean, listen to this, like the discography coming out of that was like Dehumanizer is 92, Cross Purposes 94, Forbidden 95. And then 13 came out in 2013. Not only did it come out, but this shit was like well received by pretty much everybody. Reached #1 on the UK album charts. The band's first album to top the UK chart since Paranoid. It also got some major traction in the It got #1 on the US Billboard chart, selling 155,000 copies the first week.
And that's Ozzy, right?
That's Ozzy.
Yeah.
Really blew everybody away. The fact, I mean, and you talk about a resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm quick to shit on a record like this from some old guys that come out later.
But
and
you
like,
think it's a money grab.
We can still do it too. And I'm like, guess what? No, you can't. And I heard that record. And I'm like, oh boy, is that not just a Sabbath record?
Yeah.
It's just straight in the lineage. In fact, it's better than most Sabbath records.
Right.
I don't want to say no.
Well, but a lot of
outside of the first 6, it's a tremendous.
But
Sabbath
maybe
record.
like there's a what'd you say there was like a 13-year gap, whatever you said. What'd you say? I don't know.
95 to 2013.
Okay, so
More than that.
18-year gap.
Studio gap, yeah, for sure.
So, what if Tony Iommi just had all this stuff built up over 15 years? You know,
it's possible.
And that's what came out, and it was just so good.
Imagine a cat like that saving shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, kind of like a lot of people say that, like, you know, most bands put out their best work on their first record because it's like a lifetime's worth of.
Yeah, you don't
stuff
think you're ever going to
built
get to do a record.
Yeah. So,
Ugh.
maybe it's similar to that. I don't know.
You guys ever eat rotten fruit soaked in moonshine? Yeah, me neither.
No.
Woo! Boy,
I don't know. Who do you think won?
that tastes like a hairdresser's cunt right there.
What does that taste like? Finally groomed?
Whew. Okay. So we're still moving and shaking on resurrection bands here. Let's talk about.
And there's like hundreds of these, I'm sure.
I thought about bringing these mugs in real early on. Why is this being so horsey? I can't do nothing.
Oh, no,
Everything's.
Dude, I have no idea. Wow.
Do you have any? Oh wait, here we go. So, I thought early on.
Hey, Steve.
You're not Steve.
Yes, I am.
I thought early on. Who signifies this idea more than Kiss?
Of what?
Resurrection.
Oh yeah.
Kiss is always going to sleep and coming back to life like 4 or 5 years later. We retire. It's our last tour.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah.
We're going to be in every city in America for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm like, screw that. I'm not adding them to this list. But Jay made a good point. I don't know Kiss history as well as Jay.
Well, I'm not a
You said the big drop was not even just like going from makeup to no makeup, but it was coming back to the makeup.
Well,
and talk about this.
This is just a Kiss record. We played this actually.
That's my favorite Kiss song. What's it called?
Watching You.
Watching You. That's it for me. This is a band I didn't like for a long time, but now
they had put their last record out in like '95 or '96, and they were getting ready to get booted from their label because they just weren't being productive anymore, like putting out anything that'd sell. And
sure,
they were kind of like, I'm not sure what the term. Like in the '90s, they were still wearing leather and like studs.
Yeah,
and it wasn't really getting over with people, and
that's why I hated them for so long. They were one of those bands I'm just like, you guys are stuck 20 years behind what's going on.
They were the worst looking.
Yeah,
like
your old guys wearing,
like without makeup, they were the worst looking thing.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they got back together and put out a record with Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, and it's not a bad record. It was Psycho Circus, and then they did a few tours together, and that was their first record, obviously together since like the mid to late '70s, and then and that was the first Kiss record in like 4 years, 5 years, whatever. But it was kind of a big point in their career. So
yeah. I mean, so I would definitely put them in that category.
Yeah, and then they like...
Because I hate, like I said, I didn't want to include the people that like, oh, we're going to get together and do a reunion tour, because that's not what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
That's not a resurrection.
Yeah.
That's a let's go do something for a while.
There's a Kiss podcast, and if you like Kiss at all, I'll plug. It's called Three Sides of the Coin. If you're into Kiss, listen to it. It's like they're pretty well known. They got like 100,000 subscribers, or they got like 100,000 or so subscribers. I'm just saying off the top of my head, but they do a podcast every week, and they get some pretty big time guests on there. Like a couple weeks ago, the Anthrax drummer Charlie Benante was one of their guests on there. They just call in and talk Kiss for like an hour or two, and it's a cool podcast. But they were telling the story of with the Gene Simmons, talking about the story of how the record label was going to dump him, and he told it much better than I did. But yeah, they're in dire straits, and so it was either like put the makeup back on or like get booted. So he sucked his pride up and
put the makeup back on, bro. Hey, check it out. This is I mean, if you ever heard a story about, actually, he really wasn't shit to begin with, so it's not necessarily a resurrection, but sort of. We talked about this on the show plenty of times. Searching for Sugar Man.
Okay.
Rodriguez, who was a folk singer and a nobody, and released a record and was great. And then stuff didn't work out, and da-da-da, and he ended up going back to work as I think a house painter or whatever in New York. And come to find out many, many, many years later that he had, there's a legend in South Africa, or where he would, I think it was, where he had killed himself or some crazy story, and they said down there you had 3 records. You had like a Beatles record, an Elvis record, and a Rodriguez record, and he was like the biggest pop star ever down there. I'm just paraphrasing. And they did a documentary about it.
Did you say he killed himself?
Yeah, it was some
Rodriguez did.
Yeah, but he didn't. No, that was the rumor.
Oh, so he is alive.
Sure, yeah, he was a house painter.
City or something like
and then all of a sudden somebody was like, "So you're like." I mean, he's like John Lennon down there.
Right, in South Africa.
And he was like,
that's weird.
What? It had no idea.
Like David Hasselhoff.
You never seen that documentary? You never seen Searching for...
You've told me that.
Dude. Incredible.
It's kind of like the David Hasselhoff is big in Germany. It's like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that signifies a resurgence, resurrection.
Yeah.
For somebody, I mean.
Now, what's he doing now?
I don't know. 5 to 10. Oh,
is he in jail?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what his deal is like right now. I don't know that he went out and started performing after that when he realized he was the shit.
He was incarcerated at some point.
No.
Right? Oh.
No.
Oh, where'd I get that from?
I don't know. So.
Interesting.
Another one from that same kind of vibe.
Documentary. Have you seen that documentary?
That's what happened. Anvil. You talking about rising from the ashes? Anvil.
One of the best
Canadian metal bands.
One of the best documentaries if you ever get a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
Hands down, I think.
Terrific documentary. And literally this documentary kind of became the reason this band got noticed again, and afterwards just started really
they got some big bills
and started touring again.
Yeah, bands started taking them out,
and people started really paying attention to them, and now they're back after just scraping by. And it's such a funny documentary because of that. But because of, I mean, they're back doing their thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever go on Pledge Music. Or you've
what
ever
is
heard
that?
Of it.
No.
It's where a lot of artists are putting stuff out at and you can buy these packages ahead of time and pre-order it, and it just kind of raises money, I guess. For whatever.
Okay.
Anvil's big on that, and they've got all kinds of stuff you can buy. Like you can do
Yeah, what's the documentary called? Hang on. You know what it's called? The Anvil. Hang on, I'll look. I'll look, guys.
It might just be called Anvil.
No, it's got a name. I meant to pull it up here. Documentary film Anvil: The Story of Anvil.
Yeah.
That came out in 2008.
Yeah.
And since then,
Rob Reiner is the drummer.
Yeah,
Lips is
but not the Rob Reiner, you know.
And Lips is the
the
guitarist and vocalist.
But that is a true resurrection story.
Yeah.
These guys were scroungers. But a lot of guys mention them. A lot of like metal guys mention Anvil.
Well, they played the U.S. Fest in '83. Not to ruin the documentary, but they played the U.S. Fest or US Fest, whatever it was called. You know, in '83 out in California. That big deal. There was metal. They had a metal day, and Anvil was one of like the 7 bands that played or something. And they were like, everybody thought it was only going to go up from there, and it just never worked out for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
Moving right along, a couple of just bangers for the last ones. I'm doing a lot of newer stuff, I've noticed for this, but Jesus, this is quite an interesting story, and you know we talk about sleep all the time on the show. How much I love Sleep. Sleep is one of those bands that I've fallen in love with in the past few years. I can't even hardly explain it. This is Sleep's Holy Mountain, which I think is their best record, and one of the most important records in metal in the last couple of decades. It's probably been several decades now because I'm old shit. But the story of Sleep was, this is early '90s stuff. The first like slow down stoner doom kind of stuff. And they had problems with the record company once they signed with London Records to do Dope Smoker, which ended up being called Jerusalem. They had it remixed. There was so many problems with the way that went down.
Well, they were very anti doing it in that format. I think.
Well, and the way that all of that, everything, the weight of that just kind of drove Sleep to kind of like, we kind of want to do something else. So they broke up.
Yep.
In the midst of the Jerusalem thing. Jerusalem came out, it was like, piss on it, whatever. Al and what's his name went off and did Ohm.
Yeah.
And Matt fucking Pike went out and did High on Fire. We're all doing their own things, both equally great and I both love, but the mystique around Sleep grew like that of some type of Robin Hood tale. So for all the stoner doom kids, Sleep became one of those bands that like, man, I heard when they got signed, they took all that money and they bought nothing but like amps and weed. According to Matt Pike, it's true. That's exactly what they did with all the money. But and they had this 50-some minute song that was all like just this burner kind of like stoner doom shit, and it didn't get released the right way. So there's all this lore behind Sleep, and eventually Dope Smoker in its entirety, the way it's supposed to be, remixed by Billy Anderson, gets released the way it's supposed to be, just fuels the fire even more for the legacy of Sleep.
Yeah.
And they played a couple of like spotty reunion shows and kind of started actually jamming together again, and I think it was because of that lore that drove them to be like, we got to get back together. Mm-hmm. They released the Clarity a couple of years ago. It was one of those Adult Swim tracks. It was a one-off, like 112-inch single that was like 9-10 minutes long. That was phenomenal, and it sounded like your favorite Sleep song from the '90s, but newer. And there's a promise of a new Sleep album coming out. And I know pictures from different websites and shit. I've seen Sleeps playing live all over the world, in different places right now.
Yeah.
And so...
It might be near you somewhere, for all you know.
Death to Resurrection. Broken up in '97. And they become the Beatles of the Stoner Doom movement. To where they almost have to get back together.
Yeah.
I mean, that is resurrection.
A lot of pressure
at
to get
its
back together.
Finest resurrection. Seconded only maybe by this. We played this not too long ago. Alice in Chains, Black Gives Way to Blue. We've not kind of touched on this in the portion of the program, but a group that loses a member, has somebody die. Of course, Lane Staley ODs.
Yeah.
They're done. They're dead. They're gone. Long break.
Well, they hadn't done much when he died, but...
No, but, I mean, yeah, they had trouble even doing anything when Alice in Chains was around. I mean, when Lane Staley was around because
I don't even know if they were really a band.
They couldn't tour because he was such a junkie.
Yeah, I don't know if they were even really a band when he died.
Cut to when they pick up the new guy. Not only did they pick this shit up,
yeah,
it's critically acclaimed.
Yeah, this one
goes
some
platinum.
Technical Grammys, I believe.
Wins some awards. Really does some legit
Fantastic,
shit.
And I was lucky enough to see him on that tour.
Yeah. And
they played the place downtown Winston-Salem.
Oh, really?
Courthouse.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Courthouse.
No.
They turned it into a music hall there for a
while.
Yeah.
It's not the courthouse.
Yeah, well, it's Federal Courthouse. No. Federal building.
No. You talking about the Millennium Center?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw him there.
Post office.
Oh, okay. Post office. Yeah, I saw him there, though.
I played there.
Great show. Great show.
Yeah, I mean, they're dead. They were gone.
When I saw, and
they're sound great.
And when I saw them, they were still in that, Alice in Chains was still making music, you know. It was, I mean, I had heard, but like the average person had no idea Alice in Chains was even playing. And the show wasn't sold out when I saw them. I mean, this is a club. This is like a, 1,000 maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
And it was like maybe 3/4 full.
Yeah.
But they were really the same.
I kind of have the same reaction. I'm like, no, you know what, man? Lane Staley's dead. Alice in Chains is dead.
And I went and saw him on a whim.
I heard that first song on this album, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I went and saw him on a whim, and the record was coming out like a month later, and I went and got it. Like, not the vinyl, of course. I bought that. Yeah, but it's cool. That's a cool vinyl purchase. Like, double LP clear vinyl.
Yeah,
you know. So.
All right.
It's cool, man.
That's cool, bro.
Is that all we got?
I think that's it. You know, honorable mention, I will say, and I was going to pull it out. Journey.
Oh, there's tons of them.
Journey would be one of those.
The Eagles?
Journey was dead. I mean, Steve Perry wasn't doing shit.
Oh, with the new, you talking about the new singer? Oh, yeah, they're viable. And
new singers, I mean,
again,
a lot of people say more than Steve Perry.
Well, they had Steve Algieri for a little while.
And then
he was the one that sounded just like Steve Perry and kind of looked like him, you know, a little bit.
Yeah.
Then they brought the Filipino guy.
I don't know
what happened to Steve Algieri. I don't know what his
He either OD'd or they kicked him out.
No. He didn't
OD?
No, not in Journey.
Not in Journey? Why would you say it that way?
They're like Christian now or something.
No, get out of here. Come on.
A couple of them are.
They're what, Jay? What are they?
They're in that bump set Salvation.
I don't think they are. They're part of the movement. They're part of the bump set Salvation movement.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back with a Soda Speak and Chip Chat here on Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate you joining us and staying with us. God bless.
God bless the USA, huh?
And we'll be back here in just a moment of your time.
Use your time wisely.
Really gets things rolling. Pause makes the family fun. Open the Easter egg color kit, and the good times have just begun.
Drop a colored tablet into vinegar and cold water.
Then dip a hard-boiled egg
for a rainbow of beautiful Easter colors.
Pause really gets things rolling. With rubber egg holders too, of cotton, feathers, and rolling chops, just to name a few.
So pick up a Pause Easter egg color kit and really get things rolling.
President of the Coca-Cola Company. When we brought you the new taste of Coke, we knew that millions would prefer it, and millions do. And we knew that it would beat the taste of our major competitor, and it does. What we didn't know was how many thousands of you would phone and write asking us to bring back the classic taste of original Coca-Cola. Well, we read and we listened, and you know the rest. They're both yours, the new taste of Coke and Coca-Cola Classic. Your right of choice is back.
This Easter, lots of bunnies are trying to be the Cadbury bunny. But there's only one Cadbury bunny, and he brings the two candies perfect for Easter. Cadbury's mini eggs with their sugar shell and milk chocolate inside, and Cadbury's cream eggs with their chocolate shell and creamy filling. Which is why no bunny knows Easter better than him.
He's a Dudley Rabbit here. Easter's almost here, so hurry up with those eggs.
Hi, I'm Clara Clucker. Dudley asked me to tell all you moms about his new improved shaken egg. It makes Easter eggs that are downright egg-siding. Get it? Well, come on, Mom, I'll show you. Just pour Dudley's dazzling new dye mix into the shaker bag. Now dip a hard-boiled egg in warm water, put it in the bag, and just shake away. Oh, isn't that fun? Oh, and here's what's new. Dudley's new formula dyes and dries instantly, right in the bag. Have you ever seen such wonderful colors? So, Mom, take it from me, Clara Clucker, and this year get Dudley's own shaken egg, the better-than-ever way to color Easter eggs. And look for Clara Clucker's Happy Easter Egg, the colorful giant blow-up egg with pictures of me and all my Easter friends at fine stores everywhere.
Nesta. Mom.
Yes, honey?
You know when we were talking yesterday?
Yes, we were.
You know about periods?
Yes, what about periods?
All right, everybody, thanks for staying with us here on Grown Man Record Night. For some reason, there's a media source thing that's still playing. There we go. Got out of there. So hopefully everything's back and normal. And damn, we should have swamped that record. Look at both of them over there just chugging away on nothing.
Going at it, man. Chugging along.
We're terrible people. So we got some good things going for a so to speak and chip chat here tonight. You know, a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, we did a new glass bottled Coca-Cola product. It was a Georgia Peach.
Oh, yeah.
Now, from this same line, you get these like 4 packs of 16-ounce glass bottles. Actually, they're 12-ounce. They look bigger than 12. This is a California raspberry. Hold this up before we can even get on that mug.
Did this come from the regular groceteria?
Regular groceteria. California raspberry. And I really enjoyed the peach, the Georgia peach. So I'm hoping, I'm expecting big things from the raspberry.
Are you Carl Teen in it? Carl Teen Swivel?
What are you supposed to remind me of?
I know.
Oh, that is delicious.
Wow,
it's a good glass bottle Coca-Cola.
That's an interesting.
With a little like thump of a ting. Raspberry, I'm gonna thump your nose.
But
Raspberry.
it's quick. It's quick though. It goes back to Coke pretty quick, you know.
Raspberry.
It doesn't stick with you.
Strawberry. Boysenberry. That's my jam. Infectious grooves. You like the infectious grooves, Jay?
Sticks with you though, you know, or it doesn't stick with you too much, actually. You know,
for a sugary soda, that's delicious.
Not too heavy.
No, I love that.
That's good.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So if you see these 4 packs of the Georgia Peach or the California Raspberry that we tried here this evening, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is some good shit. I would recommend picking it up for sure. Good stuff.
More expensive in glass bottles, I guess. Right?
Yeah, it's like I caught it on sale for $4 for a
for a 4-pack.
For a 4-pack.
It's $1.
So a dollar a honk. I mean, you know.
$1 of Coke.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump on a little chip chat. Now it's funny because you know, we had International Chip Day or whatever a couple weeks ago. Steve made the comment that some of these the Today Show came out with this big list.
Oh, really?
And it was the shitty part of the list where he said they didn't know the difference between like a salty snack and a chip. So a Cheez-It necessarily could be a salty snack. That doesn't make it a damn chip.
Right.
That's right when I saw these. And what made me think of doing these tonight. From Farmer's Pantry. Excuse me. These are cornbread crisps in the jalapeno flavor. Now these are out of Long Island, New York. Let's see what they got on here. Farmer's Pantry is committed to feeding your hunger, literally. So we've created cornbread crisp made from real corn, just like the corn found in a farmer's pantry. These are baked, not fried. All right, I like that. To be wholesome and delicious as they can possibly be. We're hungry to make our nation even better. That's why we're giving back to American farmers so they can not only survive, but thrive. So they do some outreach to where they're actually giving back to American farmers. I like the sound of that.
It's nice of them.
So we have it's a cornbread little crisp and a jalapeno flavor. My initial thought is they're more kind of in the cracker variety of things. They look more like a cracker. Straighten it out a little bit there. But it's an interesting package. You know, I see this and I'm like, you know, we probably need to do this. I'll be honest. I like a little jalapeno. It's very thick.
Are these supposed to be healthier or something like that?
Well, they're baked, not fried. These are very thick. Let me tell you right off the bat. First of all, this looks like the diamond window that would be on the front of a trailer. You ever seen the diamond window on a trailer, mobile home?
Whoa. I like the softness of it.
Wow. Very soft. But very thick.
I thought they were crunch.
These would hold a dip.
It's good. It's almost
cinnamon.
No, it's jalapeno.
But yeah.
It almost tastes like Lance crackers or something like
yep.
The pack of 6 you get.
They do. More like a nab.
Good though.
These are good.
It's interesting.
Is it a potato chip? This consistency of the sandy coating reminds me of cinnamon.
Yeah. Might have some cinnamon in it. I don't know.
It's funny, the first thing out of my head was cinnamon with this. But spicy. Not overbearing. I have to run away from the desk right now, spicy. But definitely spicy.
No cinnamon.
Interesting. Those are good, though. I caught those on sale at a local spot. Be on the lookout for them.
Grocery store?
Yeah. FL. So be on the lookout for them. Oh, there's the heat kind of creeps up on you.
They're not too bad, though.
They're not bad. I think these would be great with a dip. And very unique with a dip in the fact that they're very thick. They could hold pretty much any dip without problems. But you put them in your mouth and they kind of like, they fall apart. So they're soft, but very thick. Dip City.
Out of Long Island, New York.
Dip City. Dip City. That's what I say about it.
Out of Long Island.
Yeah, totally Long Island. All right.
Forget about it.
Forget about New York. New York.
The jalapeno kind of goes away pretty quick, though.
It does. I have to say that's it's doing pretty good right now.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
I like it a lot. All right, so we appreciate everybody joining us for Grown Man Record Night. As always, be sure to check up with us on the. Let's see if I can do it here. It's probably going to screw with us. Check us out on the Instagram. There it is. I try to post things on the Instagram. I'm doing better. So when I find stuff, I'm posting stuff there. You may even get a little preview, a dig of the week, if you follow us on Instagram. Or from time to time, we'll post stuff about Facebook business too. That's you can catch us here on the Facebook. You guys do Facebook, and we'll knock that over before it's all said and done.
Hey.
No, I can't knock it over. Just check us out there. I post stuff there all the time.
Do you? Oh, yeah, I guess you do.
All the time. All the time. But yeah, so keep up with us there. And of course, this is always going to end up on the YouTube. Hey, look, man. Like, subscribe, and comment.
I gotta play something.
like, comment, subscribe. Help us reach our goal of 1.3 million subscribers.
You get a plaque if you get 1 million subscribers.
I want a plaque, and then I want to retire from doing Grown Man Record Night. So you guys do all the legwork for that, and I'd really like to just reap the benefits of it.
Let's do it.
So, hey, remember, no show next week. Going to be on call, and then catch us the week after that. And hope everybody has a great Easter. Get up with your family, man. Hug your grandma for us. You know what I'm saying? Go give your grandma a hug. You tell her Grown Man Record Night says we appreciate the shit out of you and your grandma.
Grown Man Record Night loves the elderly.
We do. If anything can be said, it's that we love the elderly. And now, for our finale.
Hey, wait. Make sure you watch this in a little bit over on...
Yeah, swamp on back over to Ustream. We're going to keep playing music over there. Can't do it on YouTube. They'll bust us. So go back to the Ustream channel, and we're going to play some more of these. We're going to play some of these records we talked about tonight. So, now, okay. You got anything else you want to say, Jay?
Roll the footage.
Of what?
I don't know.
And now, Carl jumping on a trampoline. That's black. Whatever. Oh, God.
Nesta. Mom.
Yes, honey?
You know when we were talking yesterday?
Yes, we were.
You know about periods?
Yes, what about periods?
Do you have periods?
Yes. All women have periods.
Tell me what happens.
Blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. Do you have a question, Jill?